Hey everyone, Rua here with a new addition to the Ambuscade archive. I've not got this one on record, so I best get it out there. The Velkk Ambuscade is notoriously difficult among the player base as being one of the harder ones out there, because it's basically a giant DPS check. You can't go hurtling at this thing full pelt like you usually would. You do that here and you're gonna lose. The regent, really hard to miss him given his size, will level up whenever a certain amount of damage is dealt to him during the animation window for Sovereign's Edict, which he uses at every 5% of his HP. The base threshold is 25k damage, but defeating one of his servitors increases the damage cap to 40k. This is the safe zone you want to aim for. I figured it best to showcase this battle with myself in the healer's role. It's one of the most crucial, and having an example to go by will probably be better in the long run. The servitor you want to get rid of first is the black mage, behind the regent. Silence it right off the bat, as it has some very nasty spells, including death, which will of course one-shot your tank if it casts. The black mage has an annoying move called Jungle Hoodoo, which puts slow and curse on your entire group. Get it removed before going any further. From here, you ignore the remaining two servitors and get to work on the regent. The two servitors will reset hate with every use of Sovereign's Edict and start attacking random members of your party, so you've got two options to deal with it. Either be ready for them and get hate back with foil or a majesty cure, or just have a red mage saboteur sleep to them to put them out of action. Your call. The regent will always get at least one level up in once the first servitor dies. There's no getting around this, so don't panic if you see the animation for it. Your DPS need to be very careful not to do too much damage and constantly level up the regent. He'll get very nasty if you do this. Avoid skill chaining, as skill chain damage counts towards the damage threshold, and it's pretty easy to level him up this way without even realizing it. You might also want to consider leaving a geomancer out of this, or if you do have one, have them focus on lowering the damage your group is going to take with Wilt, Fade and Barrier. Geo Frailty is a major no-go here for reasons self-evident. Remember, this fight is a huge DPS check, you can't go too hard. If you keep the stream of damage constant, you can actually lock the regent into spamming Sovereign's Edict. Remember that he uses it every 5% of his HP. Try use this to your advantage, but I really have to emphasize this. Do not be tempted to Zerg rush him, it won't work. While we're here, I'd like to dispel the adage that you need a Yag Rush white mage, and that a white mage is the only viable healer for this battle. It's clearly not as you're seeing here. A well-geared and seasoned scholar in light arts will do very well. Maintaining a session stone skin goes a very long way in keeping your group alive. It's best practice to keep a session active and ready whenever you can, so you can instantly react to stone skin getting wiped, the group needing an AoE erase or an emergency cure bomb. Scholar is a proactive healer rather than a reactive healer. Play to its strength in this regard and you'll cruise it. I've done this fight on white mage as well, and since most groups will probably find one easier than they will at scholar, I've got some pointers to share here too. Since the majority of the damage in this battle is AoE, single target cure skin from Afflatus Solace is not going to do you much good, but the boosted potency of Cura and Asuna Afflatus Misery gives here is going to really shine. Asuna with the SU4 or SU5 club will remove 4 or 5 ailments in one shot, which honestly blows what Yag Rush can do out of the water. The caveat here is that the white mage needs to remain in range themselves, so they get hit with the same ailments, so Asuna will work properly. On that note, white mages should not forget to fully cap PDT or DT for this battle. The regent has two major area attacks, Galumph, which is magic damage, and Croctastrophe, which is heavy physical. If you idle in the Inyanga set and neglect PDT and DT, then Croctastrophe is probably gonna one-shot you, and it's all downhill from there. I've seen a handful of pickup white mages already make this mistake so far this month, so be mindful of it. Your group is counting on you to not suddenly drop dead. I recommend idling in the Iammo set for its strong physical defenses and lower magic evasion. It really suits this situation well, and using it will enable you to get the most out of Asuna. Keep up a constant stream of managed damage and the regent will fall within 4 to 5 minutes. From here, the rest of the battle is relatively simpler, but you're not entirely out of the woods yet. Both servitors also have strong AoE attacks. One of them, Death Spin, comes with a substantial defense down that needs to be removed, otherwise the second attack, Jungle Wallop, is probably going to one-shot people. Jungle Wallop also inflicts silence, so your healer needs to have echo drops or remedies on hand to remove it quickly. Like I said at the start of this video, this Ambuscade is one of the more notorious ones among players who have experienced it before. Fortunately, we've come a long way since it was last featured. We've gotten better gear and job adjustments which have made it a lot easier to handle this time around. It's still no walk in the park by any stretch of the imagination, but once you get it down, you'll manage. Before I go, I should let you know that I've compiled all of my previous Ambuscade videos into a playlist, and I've changed their titles for ease of access. This way, if a repeat of an Ambuscade battle comes around going forward, people can just find it among those on said playlist. I'll catch you all next time.